Hello, Paul.
Mr. Moonshine.
What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. We are working around the clock, Mrs. Rott and I. We are in the middle of packing orders for the latest Deteriorot album, Awakening.
Yeah,
It's been crazy.
Dude, I saw the pictures that you were posting on Facebook, man. Yeah, dude, fucking, I got mine, dude. I got my CD, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm glad you did. You're welcome. You're welcome. It was one of those things where probably like by like 3 weeks ahead of the release date, we were already like 75% sold out on pre-sales. So it's like, oh my gosh, this is nothing new. We can't afford to make like 5,000 CDs at one time along with the vinyl records. But we do a pressing, but once it starts like getting pretty sold out, like we have to already start doing a second pressing before the release date, and that's what happens. It's like 2 days, we're 2 days in, and it's like we got over like 970 something CDs gone.
Dude, that is fucking bad fucking ass, man. I mean, like, god damn it, man. Like, fuck, dude. Like, this is, it's not, I mean,
it's underground.
It's underground as fuck, dude. Like, I know you, dude, and I know like a lot of stuff that you do is DIY as fuck too, so seeing that and everything, it gives hope to fucking musicians and bands out there trying to do it, because you can fucking do it, man. You can make it happen, man.
Yeah. But you know what I tell a lot of folks is, man, local bands. I'm sorry, but I try to give advice a lot of times, and years ago, a friend of mine who was like the same age as me, but was like a really like successful person, like had a couple of businesses, property, and stuff like that, and I just took a lot of advice from him always, and he told me, it's like, what, he's like, whenever you're around people that are more successful at you at something that you want to do yourself, like pay attention and ask questions and so forth. But I try to help build up with Faithless Entertainment a lot of up and coming bands, but 90% of the time it's crazy. They're fighting against the advice of like someone that's already been there, done that, and as you can see, it's like we could take 13 years off of making a record, take 5 years off of playing shows, and we can just come right back in, and within a couple of months we could headline an entire European tour. We can sell out a record. In the last record, The Rebirth, same thing happened. It sold out in also 2 days,
Yeah.
And all because a closed mouth does not get fed. You got to advertise, just like we do with MDPR. You got to get the word out.
Yeah.
You got to say, I got CD.
Yeah.
You got to know your audience. You got to know that if you have an audience that are old school motherfuckers that love to buy physical products, like they love to buy records, they love to buy CDs. You see them posting on social media for clout because they're proud of it. They're addicted to buying CDs and vinyl. I think with all the vinyl hype, I think people buy more. Well, obviously people do buy more CDs. We just sold 900 something CDs in 2 days, and we've sold like maybe 120 vinyl.
And shirts, man. You guys have really cool shirts, dude.
Yeah. But I tell up and coming bands, local bands, about getting their stuff on CD and stuff. And you know what they tell me? Nobody buys CDs anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody buys it. People could just listen to it on YouTube. It's like, wow. It's like, so I'm always talking. It's like, yeah, we just sold like 900 CDs in 2 days to people that don't buy CDs, right? It's free. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. It's on all
Right. Well,
you have to know your
900 something fucking people did. So what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, you know, hell.
You got to know your audience. If there's people that are that they're passionate about collecting, just like people that love collecting say comic books, or people that are so into sports that they know like every darn player's name and what school they go to. You know, you got to know what the niche is, and you got to market it and promote it. And if you don't, then you're going to be stagnant.
Yeah. I mean, and speaking of what you're talking about giving advice and everything like that, like, yeah, dude, that hits a nail right there, man. Because, you know, I deal with that a lot myself, man. You know, like, there's a lot of bands that I work with, and a lot of people ask me for advice, and I give it to them, and, you know, most of the time they do listen. You know, I don't want to talk too much shit, but I will say, man, there's some out there that just don't listen. And I'm like, dude, we laid it out for you, man. Like, this is what you got to do. And, you know, if you set your fucking expectations to a certain level, you know, like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, you know, but yeah, there's a lot of young bands out there that just don't, or it's not even always young bands, you know. Sometimes old bands that have been at it for a long time, they just don't get how the new world works, you know, like the way that it works now, and you got to go with the flow, man.
I think here's the problem, because I was talking to somebody who is over 50 years old just recently. It's somebody that I grew up with. They're also from the same era, late 80s, early 90s. They also had a death metal band from that era, and it's just about that there's so many people that they form bands and they don't have any type of really any type of real, like, they never owned their own business, and I think some of the basic business skills and ideas is like, hey, like, you know, if you're a plumber, nobody's going to know to call your business and hire a plumber unless you put some type of advertisement, whether it's in, you know, social media. Back in the old times, of course, it'd be like in the phone book, or even today, even grassroots stuff, like, still, like, go door to door and post some flyers out. But we do stuff like that with metal shows. So it's, you know, so here's Cannibal Corpse playing in our city in Charlotte, North Carolina, just yesterday. So my wife and I, we go out there. We got a Vistaprint order, 750 flyers that has an advertisement for the new album, Deteriorot Awakening, along with, like, the entire discography, along with links to the Bandcamp. There's QR codes, Spotify, and all that stuff. But mainly, we want them to buy the physical product. So it looks like a magazine ad, and that went to, like, every single car, like, in the parking lot. There's people that are coming out of their car, and we're talking about, hey, you're going to the Cannibal Corpse show? Yes. And hand them a flyer. They're like, what is this? They're so used to the non-interaction in human life that they're this awkwardness of, like, somebody walking up to them, handing them a pamphlet.
Yeah,
it's not Facebook. We're not on the internet. I said, well, you know, back in olden times, when we used to spread the message about death metal, it would be in the form of a flyer. And they're like, oh, cool. And that stuff still works today. So that's one of the, you know, I push MDPR to a lot of bands in our roster, and it's a conversation that you're having with a lot of these people, like, for the first time. Like, they're mind blown about it. It's like, yeah, it's like, well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever bought Domino's Pizza? Well, sure. Okay, so do you think Domino's Pizza ever just did one commercial ever, and then they're like, you know what, we're good, people have bought our pizza? No, you always see ads for that. So you should always have some type of advertisement going on for your band to push your CD. It doesn't have to be new. You can push your old stuff.
you know, that band Amatropia that you sent us, man, fucking they got it, dude. Like, they understood and they fucking went for it, man. And they did some big things, man. Like, I'm seeing them constantly popping up on these shows and getting all kinds of different features and stuff, you know, and they're underground as fuck, you know, but like, I'm proud
of them. They're a workhorse. They're a workhorse with getting out there. Their weak point is something that I'm working on. Their weak point is they need to have physical merchandise, and that's a conversation that I've tried to convey with them. We did a couple of tour dates together, and you know, for instance, like we did the Mortician show. We sold about $15 in merchandise that evening, but you know, they come empty-handed, without CDs, without shirts, without anything, and it's like this is how you're going to get a return on your investment. Is you have to have merchandise, and they were also under the impression of like, well, nobody really buys vinyl or CDs, and people just go to Spotify. It's like, well, I guess the people that bought $1,500 in merchandise tonight here didn't get the memo. They're buying merchandise, man. So that's something that we're working on. I'm trying to help them with getting some type of a shirt design. They have a great album that's only in the digital format, and I think it would be wise to spend a few $100. It doesn't cost that much to make some CDs. You could make some CDs for a few $100 really, and people will buy it.
Yeah, and like you said, and I mean, and you can do it yourself too. Like, you don't even have to rely on somebody else to do it, as much nowadays. And I know there's some bands that I've worked with where their record labels don't fucking, or they're supposed to fucking provide the band with the merch and the fucking CDs and stuff, and like they don't come through, and like I'm like, man, like that's just fucking crazy, dude. But that's a whole nother thing right there. But it's like, you guys didn't even need that, like you didn't need those motherfuckers for that. You could have just done that shit yourselves, like, fuck, man, fuck the world, dude.
Yeah.
Right. There's so many different things that you can do yourself, but at the same time, there's so many fucking vultures out there that are always trying to come in and swoop in, and they'll give you fucking all these golden fucking dreams and bullshit, and tell you this and that, and then it's just like there's nothing, It's like, what the fuck, man?
Right. But here's the thing, with today's networking scene as well, there's just a lot of just interconnection just on social media. Like if we go to each other's pages, we're going to see tons of people that are like mutual friends and so forth. So we're all interconnected with people that are in the music industry, in the extreme metal world. There's people that do artwork. There's people that do layouts. There's people that do graphic designing. I mean, it's so easy to really just put a blank post out there and say, hey, I'm trying to design a CD, but I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Is there anybody here that can recommend a graphic artist? And trust me, there's going to be so many people that's going to be like, hey, it's like, well, yeah, this guy did our layout, or this guy did this, and people that do layouts. I mean, it's not expensive,
Oh no,
$50, $72 is like the average going rate. Where the files are just really ready to be just sent to like any. You can Google a CD manufacturer and you'll find lots of options, and you send them your music WAV files and the files that you got from your graphic artist that probably charged you, $50, $60, $75. Some even are willing to do it for free, and they say, hey, just send me a few copies when you get it. I would love to have that, or send me some shirts. There's a lot of way that we can barter and so forth. We work with an artist that gives us a lot of free designs because A, he's a big fan, and B, we work together with bartering where it's like, hey, so I'll give you these shirt designs or these frames for your shows, But in trade, like, can you help give you some referrals and let people know that this was from such and such artist? And when people ask about it, you tag our name and tell people that we're able to do their shirts for such and such price. And yeah, we've had a great relationship with this one artist that we've worked with for a few years now, and that's what we do. And I work to get this person referrals and get them business. So it's like we're all in business together, and it all helps us out. We all grow together. So
yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, it's the whole you rub my back, I rub yours thing, and I totally know what you're talking about. Like, we do that with the festival, every year we fucking try to reach out to new artists and stuff and find out like who wants to help us out, and do a logo or do a fucking flyer, or do the artwork and stuff. And there's always these fucking cool fucking people, usually from fucking Indonesia, man. Like, these motherfuckers down there, dude, and they'll do it dirt cheap, man, but they'll hook it up, dude, and they'll fucking do it quick, and it's no bullshit. It doesn't cost that much. You don't have to use AI or anything like that. Like, you can actually like tell them what you're looking for and what you need, and they deliver, man. And we often go back to the same people, like what you're saying, like, because you want to help out the people, especially the people who are helping you out. You want to keep helping them out and tell everybody about it, and tag them and tell the world, and let people know, because it helps everybody. And that's the way that the fucking scene like helps itself, man, especially in the underground, where we don't, because not everybody can afford the fucking $1,000 fucking big time fucking artist to do whatever, but you don't need that anymore. If you can afford that and that's what you want to do, that's cool, more power to you, but you don't have to, like, there's so many other options out there. It's cool.
There certainly is. It's like, and like what you were saying, it's like, you want to work with people that have worked with you, and people that, you rub my back, I rub your back. So, when I was a kid, it's like, I remember working at this pizza shop, and the owner would have all these like solicitors that would come in and, hey, who do you use for your credit card merchant processing? It's like, what? It's like, well, let me stop you right there. Like, I'm good. It's like, so, somebody else comes in and they're like, hey, here's my card. I sell insurance and so forth. And in the end, it's like, so I've never seen you come into my pizza shop before. And like, you've never come in for lunch. You've never come in for anything, but you're coming in to sell me your product.
Right.
So like, what's up with that? It's like, like, do you live around here? Or are you from the? Yeah, I live right down the street. Okay, so you live right down. How long have you lived here? Oh, I lived here for about 30 years. Okay, so in 30 years, you've never even bought one slice of pizza from me. But here you are walking into my business, and you're trying to sell me insurance. So I have an insurance person, and it's somebody that I met here. Somebody that has lunch here, twice a week or so. She orders pizza for her family on Fridays, and she sells insurance. And so when I think about when I want to do any sort of business, I'm going to go to my customers because they're doing business with me. When I wanted to buy a car, one of the guys from the Toyota dealership, he gets pizza here all the time. So I'm going to go to the Toyota dealership, and I'm going to specifically ask for that salesman because he does business with me. And I feel the same way when I have, a lot of people that are trying to sell their art in my DMs, and it's like, wow, it's like, well, you know what? I've never seen your name come across my Bandcamp orders, so I've never seen you purchase from me ever.
Oh yeah, like those guys that are doing the fucking patches, man.
Do you know what the inside scoop about those patches? That is like,
what is the deal with that, man? Because I get them too. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Chill the fuck out, dude. Okay. They get in there and they're just like hammering. I'm like, dude, take a fucking chill pill, man. Like, you know, if I need it, I'll hit you up, man. But like, goddamn,
it's not real.
They're crazy. They're not real.
It's not real. It's not real. It's an ongoing scam. So it's a patch scam. It's all based. It's a whole network. It's a whole scam network based out of Pakistan. So Pakistan with the patch scam is like the new Nigeria with the romance scams, every scam that came out of like Craigslist, where it's like if you wanted to lease an apartment, you were thinking that you were talking to like some lease owner, but it was really like some Nigerian scammer who was getting $3,000 from you for a lease. So that's what they're doing with the patches. So when you start getting these emails from the patches, look at their social media profiles. They're all brand new. They'll have like 3 followers. And they all claim that they're based in the USA, and they'll have some kind of American name or whatever like that. And there's no like legit website. There's no phone. There's nothing. You know. So I love trolling them. I even video chat them and so forth. I'm like, I want to see your face. I want to see who I'm talking to.
Do they do it?
They answer the phone and they won't show their face, and then they're like, he's like, and then they're totally with a Pakistan accent, and they're like, I'm in Los Angeles. You are not in Los Angeles. Go outside, come outside. And guess what? You know, I'm totally. I'm in Los Angeles too. So let's meet up so we can go over your patch designs. Sometimes I just have mental problems because I love trolling. So I'll troll them until they start blocking me. And but yeah, so they're all scammers. They have to continuously make new social media sites like on a daily basis, and so they're trying to get you to wire them money, and then they'll block you. Then you're never gonna get them.
Well, I have been thinking about getting some custom patches made because I have this leather vest, and I'm like, dude, I need a fucking Devastation patch on the back. But you know, I know a lot of bands. I could ask anybody, but who do you recommend, man? Like, who's your go-to guy?
So there is a company that's and it's going to be like a real place. Like you can talk to them and so forth. Let me see if I can pull it up here on my phone. I can't the name. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I had saved it. Normally, I've never had to put in an order for patches. I don't want to sound spoiled, but we have like people that are like companies that are part of like the metal scene.
Yeah, and
they give us free patches. They're referred to as like licensing deals, you know, like pull the plug patches is
yeah.
I know. So they'll contact us and say, hey, you know, we want to make patches for the rebirth. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make 150 patches, and we're gonna send you 50 as your licensing payment. And so that's how that works.
Is there anybody that you could just get like one? Like, I don't even want to sell it. Like, I just want one for myself.
Man, you know how? Amazon.
Just go to Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, go to Amazon, type in patches, and it's gonna be like $15.
That's it.
Altogether. Yeah.
Oh,
it'll be like 15. Yeah, but you can do that. So like if we wanted to like make patches or to like sell, it's like we couldn't do that for because we'd be trying to sell them for like $10. So that's why we can't do like those make to order or anything. But yeah, if you just want to make one patch, go to Amazon. I'll even show you like some links. We had gotten at one point because we had run out, so it's like, oh, we just needed like patches for like 1 gig or something like that. And
of course, I'm saying that now. You know, I'm saying that now, you know, and like, if I was to do that, there's going to be a million fucking people in my inbox saying, Zach, where can we get that fucking patch, dude? So, yeah. I've looked at polar patches, man, because that just looks cool, and they seem legit, and they seem like they know what the fuck they're doing, and they're in the fucking shit, you know. Like, I see them in Decibel all the time, so, you know.
Yeah. This guy, his name is Simon. He's the owner of that. He's a great dude. This wasn't even like a full-time business. Like he was working in, I think he was working for like a college as a professor, if I'm not wrong. But this turned into more like a little hobby of like just contacting. Really, it was like he was contacting a lot of underground, like deep underground bands, and like, hey, like I would love to make a patch for you, and then it just kept growing and growing, and then like to see him going from like making, you know, underground death metal patches to like, you know, making like Metallica patches and having licenses from like Ozzy Osbourne and stuff like that. It's like, wow,
right,
like, you know.
Right.
So, like, I'm proud. He's a real sweet guy, real nice guy.
That's a good resume right there to have, man. Well, you know what? Let's go to fucking Deteriorot, man. Awakening, dude. I'm sitting here looking at the album cover right now. This is fucking beautiful, dude. Like, this is old school death metal, fucking 90s style, dude. It reminds me of all the shit that I grew up to, man. Fucking, you know, the Malevolent Creation and
it's like a Dan Seagrave type of art, like
who did
Entombed, Clandestine. E-Wank Art did that. He also did the Rebirth, and I have like we were on a roll, so I just, you know, I don't know what the future holds, but I had a great price, and I already got like, I think like 5 or 6 album covers.
Yeah. Well, this looks great, man. I mean, like this, dude. This checks all the fucking marks right here, dude. You know, like you've got the fucking the temple of fucking destruction or whatever the fuck it is in the center, and you got these fucking gargoyles on the sides, and the fucking little road going into it, and it looks like it's in hell, but at the same time, there's also like cold fucking atmosphere around. You got the blues and stuff in there. I love it, dude. It's beautiful, man. It's fucking amazing.
Thank you. I thought it fit. It was not really intentional when I started noticing like probably by like the third album. Like, I really like to have album artwork that has sky. So you'll see skies and clouds and, you know, or lightning, but, you know, as far back to even like the, you know, manifested apparitions in the early 90s or old release, we're gonna eventually re-release as well Ceremonies of Blasphemy from 1991, and original. That one also had a different cover that also had skies. In Ancient Beliefs has skies in it. The Faithless has skies in it. Echoes from the Past does as well. The Rebirth, and so does Awakening. So it's nice. I like to keep the consistency and the theme going. It was unintentional at first, but then it's like, wow, it's like sometimes things fall into place where you're not planning it, and then it turns into something.
Yeah. You remember when Metallica did the Creeping Death fucking EP single thing? And we used to walk into fucking record stores back in the day, and you would see that. I remember looking at that and being like, that is one of the coolest fucking album covers I've ever seen in my life. Like, why the fuck? Yeah. Why wasn't that like their main fucking? That should have been their fucking main goddamn album cover, dude. It was so badass, but it was cool that it was used for whatever it was. But Yeah, like I've always looked at stuff like that, you know, like, man, it's just the atmosphere of it. It pulls you in. It makes you feel like what you're gonna listen to is gonna be fucking creepy. It's gonna be dark.
Yeah.
It's gonna be heavy, and it's gonna take you to that dimension, you know.
And even like the Ride the Lightning album.
Yeah.
Like that was something that was also inspirational with this album cover for me for Awakening, because I love the blue. I just love like the whole blue theme of Ride the Lightning along with the lightning bolts, and so our album Awakening has that too. So when you look at the record, you know, you see a lot of the blue hue in it as well.
Hell yeah.
And the lightning strikes. So I don't know. It was like my own personal like homage to the Ride the Lightning album. I wanted to have a blue record.
Fuck yeah, man.
And now I have it.
Hell yeah. Well, tell us about this record, dude. Like, what did you guys do? Well, first of all, I gotta ask you, man, from a gear point, from a gear nerd fucking standpoint, the tones, the guitar tones on this shit, man, is so fucking badass, dude. It's like, you definitely got your own unique fucking sound, man. I love it, dude. What are you doing, man?
Yeah. I can't give the whole recipe away because that's
right.
You know, that's like my formula. But so what's common with our records is that I play all of the guitars, all of the bass on all of them. So the idea has always been, since I was a teenager, to blend tones. I had a story I had mentioned to you.
Yeah,
a couple years ago, where I had this speaker in my car where like one side the woofer blew out and it was just the tweeter, and then the other side it was like the opposite happened. Like the tweeter blew out and the woofer was going, and it was like fascinating to me, like how you would have this tweeter by itself sounds like shit. It's just like this. And then without the tweeter, like the music that's just coming out of the subwoofer is just this bottom end, but the magic of how together it's this puzzle. So I thought, what if guitar tones were like that? That would be an incredible sound. And I saw how the Swedish death metal scene were just rocking this HM2, and I thought it sounded cool, but there was just something about like, hey, like, you know, every single Swedish band was having where it was like both sides of the guitar tracks were it was all HM2.
Yeah, just full bore. But like with this it sounds like it's mixed. Like I can hear the HM2 in there, but it's not the whole thing. Like there's other body to it.
Yeah. So that was an idea that I had when I was about 15 years old. It's like, what if we just had, you know, one guitar in the music, where it's one side is the HM2, and then the other side would be more of a bottom heavy guitar tone. But like, you know, having it, you know, I didn't really want to have a high mid range tone paired with another guitar tone that's not HM2, but then will also be like another high distortion, high gain, you know, high treble. It had to be, if there's a tweeter, you need a subwoofer. So those are the gist of the guitar tones. So I incorporated some unique ideas with this, where there's no amp synths. So to be clear, there's no amp synth plugins on any of this record.
Hell yeah.
So So we're working with a lot of analog sounds, and we're working with some direct in where it's not an amp thing. So we're working with certain pedals that are from the '90s that just have this really bottom end tone to it. That sounded great when you're working DI, and then we're pairing that also with a mic'd Marshall cap. And it also was like the same thing where if you muted one, the other one just sounded okay. It didn't sound great. And then the same thing if you mute the other one and you just hear the cabinet, the real guitar amp, that one also just didn't sound that great. But when you put them together, whoa, oh my gosh! You put them together, it was just magic. It's like a recipe to anything.
And I saw some pictures that you were posting too, and you had a lot of fucking solid state fucking amps in there too, man. Which is fucking cool, awesome. Dude.
Yeah.
You know,
so it's all solid state.
Not a lot of people are fucking doing that, you know. Like a lot of people are like, it's got to be tubes, man. It's got to be tubes, and tubes are cool, but like sometimes, man, solid state can fucking definitely deliver the goods too, man. Like, you know, it's not to be fucking. Don't forget about the solid states, man. God damn it.
No. But, you know, my joke about local bands is that, man, it's like, man, they will put in so much dang money into having the best gear, but boy, they don't want to put any money into manufacturing merchandise. So, me, I'm the opposite. I did not look into buying the most expensive gear. I got the most basic gear. It sounds great live. I've recorded all these albums with solid state amps all the way back to the '90s, and we produce and we manufacture a lot of damn merchandise. You know, so much merchandise is needed to be able to run and operate. We wouldn't be able to pay for hotels and pay for vans and stuff like that if we don't work hard. My wife and I work very hard with producing the merchandise, and she works very hard at keeping the inventory, and she organizes it together. She packs everything, not just for mail order, but she's the one that takes care of all the merchandising for when we're on tour. So she does an incredible job because I have so many things going on. I can't handle it, and she does an incredible job doing that.
Another thing I love is the mix, dude. Like, you've got the vocals sitting where you can fucking hear them and you can understand them pretty much, dude. Like, and that's cool as fuck. That's
nice.
A lot of times, you know, like that shit gets. I don't know. Sometimes I think people bury that shit because maybe they don't want to. I don't know, you know. But for whatever reason, man. But with this, it sounds fucking good, dude. I love it, man. I think it sounds great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I worked a lot of hours on the mixing and the mastering. I kid you not that I've probably gone through 300 different mixes and masters, like to the point where it was just driving me nuts. But it had to be what you're hearing now. It had to be like that. That final version.
Hell yeah. All right, well, Paul, I guess I'm about out of questions for you, man. What else do you got coming up next for us, man? Is there anything else you want to announce to the people? Let them know.
Yeah, we have a lot of neat things going on. So we have a few dates coming up to the Northeast, which is it's a big travel for us because it takes us about 12 hours to get there, to get to New Jersey, and that's when we're going to have our record release party over at QXT's in Newark, New Jersey, which is Friday, November 14th. Then Saturday, November 15th, we have Delaware Terror Fest. 2 or 3 weeks later after that, Saturday, December 6th, we have Carolina Terror Fest over at over in South Carolina, and these are always these are always fun things because we bring a lot of music artists that are not from the area. So it's one of those things where you have a fan base in this area that gets to experience some great extreme underground bands that are from coming from Pennsylvania, coming from we've had bands come from Boston area, New Jersey. So they're not on tour. They come down for a one-off, do one gig here. I'm probably going to have another show for them out somewhere like 3 hours from there. So they're not on tour, but they'll come down for about 2 days. So, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty. Another little snippet that we haven't talked about is the Awakening album was actually fully written before the Rebirth album of 2023.
No shit.
Yeah. Yep. It was also about all the guitars and the lead solos and just about all of the vocals were all recorded in 2023 before the Rebirth album. We were missing one key part of that album, the drums. And that's the story of how we got the Rebirth album, because we were coming on to our European tour, and the Awakening album still hadn't had the drums recorded for about 6 months, and our drummer James at the moment was also playing in other bands, so it was just one of those scheduling issues. He was also with a plate full of learning our live set for the European tour, so we were just getting closer and closer where it's like, hey, it's like, we have to have this submitted by April in order to have a July release. Our tour starts in the beginning of August 2023, and March came, April came, and the songs weren't touched. The labels, on our case as well with the schedule, like, hey, we're gonna need these finals in order to have a release by mid-July. You need that for it to be a successful tour. I know that, but I don't have the drums yet, and I relayed that information over to our drummer, but he just had so much going on, and next thing we know, it's another month had passed by. It was now in the middle of May. Now we're coming to the end of May, and it was just one of those executive decisions that I have to make where it's like, hey, this has to have a change of plan. We have to have an album submitted. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a different album. I'm going to blueprint probably some key points of our past album, and I had like a whole diagram of how I was going to do 9 songs, and that's what we did over a weekend. He was like, how are we going to record 9 songs in a weekend? How is this going to be an album? But I told him he has to just trust me, and we had a very interesting weekend. It was unpleasant for him. He didn't like this type of it was like very, very rogue, just guerrilla warfare to work on an album over a weekend. And I said, just trust me. I'm a songwriter. I'm a producer. I know that you're new to this whole process, and I know that my process is different from what you're used to, but just trust my experiences. And you have to kind of just let go a little bit of that and go with it. It was very challenging for him, and we came up with the Rebirth album in just a few days. And then the plan was then we could work on the Awakening album afterwards, and kind of just like before, a lot of time passed by, and next thing we know, it's like we're coming on to 3 years, and just had to really have a conversation about, we really need to get this album finished. We really need the and he took the time during January and February, and he worked very meticulously for those 2 months with going over the music. And keep in mind, he's 9 hours away from me. So it was just having to work remotely. Like, how does this sound? Giving me different versions, and then we had to get it all edited, and this is the Awakening album. That's how it came out.
Fuck yeah, man. What about some? Do you guys have any more videos that you have coming out?
We don't. We just did a video for Deteriorot from Fiction.
Yeah.
And it's like a visualizer video. I think it's pretty neat. I like it. It's the same. It's our same editor that's done all of our music videos. So we don't have any plans to make another one for a bit. We have our plate all full right now with this album and these shows coming up, and then we're gonna have a monster release for the 35th anniversary of Ceremonies of Blasphemy, and we're going to have that for about February or March of 2026. So that's gonna be fantastic, and that's what we're working on now.
Hell yeah! All right, well, Paul, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, dude. I really appreciate it, man. And before I let you go, can I get you to make us another station tag, man? I know we had you do one before, but
yeah, let's do it.
Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Deteriorot, and you're listening to motherfucking Metal Devastation fucking radio, dude."
All right. This is Paul from Deteriorot, and you are listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Keep on rotting.
Yeah. Return to Rot tonight with Zach, Moonshine, and Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, dude. I really appreciate it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more fucking Deteriorot for these motherfuckers so they go crazy, all right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Thanks.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later, brother.
All right. I appreciate all you do, man. You have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
There you have it, folks. Paul from Deteriorot with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your windows. Put them in your front lawns. Put them in your neighbor's driveway. Do whatever.